Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. LHWCA reporting deadlines. One of the most important things you will do in the process of getting workers' compensation is reporting your injury or illness in a timely and accurate way. Anytime that you have an accident at work or think that work has made you sick, regardless of the particular situation, you should report it immediately and get your superior to complete and submit the appropriate form. For the LHWCA, the requirement is that you file that report within 30 days of the incident. The report must be filed with your employers and with the Office of Workers' Compensation Programs, the federal departments that administer LHWCA claims. LHWCA reporting deadline exception. There are some reasonable exceptions to this deadline. However, for instance, it is possible that an incident at work could cause you to have a physical or medical problem later. A back injury might seem mild at first, for example, but become severe and debilitating later, especially if aggravated by working conditions. If you can make that connection to an accident or exposure on the job, but you don't realize it until more than 30 days after the accident, the 30 days deadline is waived. Another possible situation in which you may be exempted from the 30 days reporting deadline for the LHWCA claims process is in the event that you contract an illness or disease. It is not uncommon for an illness to appear or to be diagnosed long after the exposure at work that caused it. For example, people exposed to asbestos may develop mesothelioma, but not until years later. Not everyone who thinks they should be exempt from the deadline will be, so it is important that you always file a report as soon as possible. And then the LHWCA Statute of Limitations. There is also a statute of limitation on filing LHWCA claims. The law gives you 1 year from an injury or death to file a claim for compensation. If an employer has already been paying compensation but stopped and you want to file a claim, you have 1 year from the last payment to do so. For illnesses, the statute of limitation extends 2 years beyond the discovery of the illness or the time at which you should have been aware of the illness and its connection to the workplace if you have sought appropriate medical care. The informal conference. A claim for LHWCA benefits is something you file in the event that your employer's insurance company The insurance company refuses to pay you after an accident or illness. If you feel they are wrong in denying you compensation, then an LHWCA claim will help you fight for your right to be compensated. In filling out the appropriate form and filing a claim, you are requesting an informal conference. The purpose of the informal conference is not to come to a decision about your claim or to grant you compensation. It is simply for an examiner to look at your medical record and accident report to determine whether it can be proven that you were injured when and how you claims, and that it caused you to be disabled in some way. This examiner can then recommend that you start to receive benefits. Especially if you are not an expert in the law, if you have been denied benefits. Acknowledges lawyers' experience in filing claims and going through LHWCA hearings can help you get through the process with the best chances of winning your compensation. If you have been injured on the job or your workplace has made you sick, you have the right to compensation. And then about a longshore and harbor workers. The Longshore and Harbor Worker Compensation Act claim process. If you have been injured on the job or you have become ill because of your job and you qualify under the status and circumstances of the Longshore and Harbor Workers Compensation Act or LHWCA and have been denied compensation by your employer's workers compensation insurer, you can file a claim to try to win benefits. The claims process requires that you follow certain guidelines and meet deadlines, which come with some exceptions. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to give like, comment, and subscribe.